Hello friends, I'm back again with a new name, and I promise this time the rebrand is gonna stick because for the first time I actually planned it out properly. I even took a couple months off posting content everywhere. Oh my god, that was nice. Now, I do have some housekeeping as you would expect, but I'm gonna try something different and leave that to the end of the video so that you don't get bored right away. So if you are curious about some personal blather, stick around. And if not, let's get into the vegan meat substitute of the video. Oh boy, it is Preptober and I cannot believe it's been a year since I started this channel. Kinda wild. If you don't know what Preptober is, it's the month leading into NaNoWriMo in which authors prep for noveling. NaNoWriMo is National Novel Writing Month. During November, authors attempt to write 50,000 words, resulting in the first draft of a new novel. So prepping for that involves a variety of things, mainly outlining, but this can come through pretty differently for planners, pantsers, and plantsers. I myself am a plantser, which means I fall between the meticulous planning end of things and the fly by the seat of your pants end of things. I think that this month of prep is more important to do properly than NaNoWriMo itself, since you can't actually do NaNoWriMo wrong, as long as you're putting in some moderate kind of effort towards your project every day. Preptober is what will help to ensure that you do that for the whole month, or, more than just beyond the first week. Because getting stuck with nowhere to go can kind of be the scariest thing when you're a writer trying to reach their goals. So last year, I came in a bit late to the game on October 16th and spent 2 weeks outlining and diving into the NaNoWriMo community for the very first time. But here are a few things that I learned over those 2 weeks. Absolutely sign up to the NaNoWriMo website. This site has everything that you could possibly need, and I mean it. You'll find local groups that you can work with, prompts, a seemingly endless amount of info on plotting, writing, staying on track, seriously everything. And if it's not there, the groups will help you find what you need. Also, their word count tool single-handedly saved my mental health last year because when I fell behind, I didn't have to go back and manually update my daily word count. It does it for you. It's so nice. Once you find your local group on the NaNoWriMo website, they'll generally have a Facebook page, a Discord, a combination of those, or just simply a page on the Nano site itself. And they'll use that to plan in-person or online meetings depending on the state of our world at the time. As an introvert and a writer, which is generally a solitary task, it can seem daunting to do this and maybe even unhelpful, but look at it this way. 9 out of 10 of the authors that you meet are going to be feeling the exact same way, which means that all those events, write-ins, sprints, meetups that you will do with the group will be very comfortable. I spent many an evening just relaxing, listening to music, with other authors on Zoom, all silently writing with the occasional check-in just to see where we were at and cheer each other on. You can show up when you want, leave when you want, and it helps you stay on track and focused. If you've watched my first ever video, I don't know if I'd recommend it. It's really awkward. But I spent a lot of time dividing my plot up save the cat style with percentages and page counts within that 50,000 word aim. And once I did that, I was actually feeling like 50,000 words were not enough. So if you're obsessive like I can be, Preptober is the month to indulge that. It'll give you a more solid grasp on this undertaking, and you'll feel like you're armed and ready to go when November 1st hits. But when November 1st does hit, let it go. Don't go back to that page count, those percentages, don't keep obsessing. Keep it clicked somewhere in your brain, but follow your outline, be creative, and acknowledge that while there are technical winners of NaNoWriMo, there are no losers. I guess this is kind of a cliche way to wrap it up, but it really is true. If you stick with a heels dug in approach of needing to win, or hit that precise word count every day, or even finish ahead of the deadline, I'm willing to bet that you're more likely to fail. Not like I have percentages on that or anything. Let the community welcome you in, get a daily word count, even if it's not perfect, and celebrate each small success. If I learned anything last year, it's that NaNoWriMo is an exercise in cementing your creative lifestyle. We're all likely to fall off the wagon as the year goes on, but returning each November will prepare you for the year ahead and help you be a better writer, even if you fail. So that's my first video of October to start us off. Maybe this time I will stick to making videos all year and not quit 7 months in. We'll see. At the very least, I can promise you content all through October and November, and it will be better than last year, because that's something I really want to explore. I want to be more creative, I want to be more aesthetic, and just put more genuine effort into all the art that I'm creating. That was one of the things I promised to myself when I took my break, that I wasn't going to put a schedule above my creativity, like my creative drive, because I think that well, aside from burning me out, it doesn't give all of you the best content that you could be watching. So I don't know about you, but with me, I would much rather see a really high quality video or photo or something every 2 weeks or a month than something of, so-so quality every day or every week. And we've reached the housekeeping. Just a little bit about my name. As you've probably noticed, if you're an existing subscriber, that this channel has changed. It did change briefly before. That was a foray into a business that I realized was going to take me away from all of my personal goals and just focus entirely on community, which I love community building, but when you do it at the sacrifice of all of your creative goals, everyone suffers. Anyway, I digress. So my channel started off as Writing in Montreal, and I personally have gone by Holly Halftone for a decade now. But now, my rebrand, I've landed on the name Holly Rhiannon for everything across the board, and oh god, it's been work switching my entire life over. So tiny bit of backstory, Holly Halftone was a stage name I came up with. My real last name is kind of long and annoying to deal with. I think I was about 21, and at the time it suited modeling, it suited stuff in front of the camera, and it just had this youthful MySpacean vibe. But I am a 32-year-old lady now, and Holly Rhiannon is just something I can see myself being called in 30, 40 years' time, whereas Holly Halftone, I can't see it. Rhiannon didn't come from nowhere. It came from my middle name, which is actually Rihanna, but the inspiration for that name came from the song Rhiannon by Stevie Nicks. And if you've never heard that song, when you finish watching this video, go listen to it. You won't regret it, I promise you. Yeah, my mom thought it sounded kind of clunky with my last name, but when you take the last name out, you can put Rhiannon back in, and it flows pretty well. Blah, blah, blah. Anyhow, I do have an actual video schedule for October and November, because I will fall flat on my face if I do not. Especially because I have 2 friends visiting from out of town in October, and if I don't know exactly when I am going to get this stuff done, it's not gonna happen. But look for guests in some of my videos. Right here, obviously, is our start. In 2 weeks, you'll get a bit of vlogging and a Preptober update. I'm thinking more of a focus on outlining. Hopefully I'll have a chunk of that done by then. And in another 2 weeks, you'll get my final Preptober check-in, and that one I'm tentatively gonna say is kind of a fun, like, room clean, final sweep through my life so that I can do NaNoWriMo properly without a lot clogging up my mental and visual space. When we hit NaNoWriMo, just like last year, we will be doing weekly vlogs and check-ins. And past that, I haven't thought of it yet, but I'm sure inspiration will strike at some point over the next couple months. And if you all have anything you would like to see, please let me know. I'm very open to suggestions, as always, and I love to hear from you. With my relaunch, I've updated all of my links, and you can check those out in the description down below. I would really like to encourage you especially to take a look at my Patreon. I've put a lot of thought into it, and if you sign up now, you'll already get access to, I think, 38 posts that I've just been, dumping into over the past couple years, but the new content it'll be pretty good, and I think the rewards are quite excellent as well. You can join for as little as $1, but I do recommend the $5 tier since that grants you access to my Discord community. My hope is to grow that as a space for writers, readers, artists, and enthusiasts of all three of those areas. Thank you so much for returning if you're a subscriber. Thank you for stopping by if you're new. And maybe you'll want to become a subscriber. I'd like that. Please be sure to engage with my video in some way, whether that's a like or a dislike or a comment. If you do subscribe, be sure to click the little bell icon so you actually get notified when I post a new video. And it feels so nice to say this again. I hope that you are having a day that is just as wonderful as you are. Bye!